Hello, everybody. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Today we are here again with Judith, Irene, and Ranti to present and to introduce the catalog of the 61st edition of the Faenza Prize, this very special edition. The short video you saw represents our experience of the last 11 weeks. We started in January 14 with many doubts, but with the conviction that we were forced to make something different in this very particular historical moment, something special for the community of the artist. And after 11 weeks, I may say that we were right. And we reached a great international community of artists, ceramic lovers, teachers, schools, and students. The number you saw are confirming this idea, this good experience. And I have to thank the artists that supported this special project. And especially the jurors, Judith, Ranti, and Irene, who were always beside me in this ceramic journey. And a special thanks goes to Stefania, our communication responsible, who organized everything for giving us a better audience and a better result. So thank you, Stefania. It was our first experiment, as I said, in this sense, and so you will forgive us for some mistakes, of course, but we learned a lot, and especially we had the opportunity to share ceramic experiences, artistic experiences with all the people in the world. So it was an international good success. I have to say that some schools, some university of design and of some academies are using our talks as lessons for contemporary ceramic art. So it's a great result. So compliments also for the persons who lead the conversation together with me. So on my back you see the poster, which is also the cover of the book. And today we are presenting this book, which is, as I said, a special edition. It is a book, not a catalog. And we are very proud of this. A book because apart from the essays of the jurors, each artist is represented with different images of his work. So it is an important tool to introduce the ceramic journey that we saw in a larger view during the talks. The editor of this book is Liori, and I have to thank Enrica for following me in the graphic. And if Stefania can go on with the slide, we can see also the inside of the book. As I said, there are some essays, and then the part of the very important part devoted to the artist. And a new graphic logo was designed for this edition and for the next ones, because we made a call last January 2020 for organizing this new logo. and a young designer, Sara Biolchini, sent us this idea that we supported, and it is a graphic sign with the F and the P of the Faenza Prize. And I said that we will use it also in the other edition, because it will change the colors and the numbers, and it will be a kind of line that will follow in the years, and we are very proud of this choice, that it is also very new in my opinion. And so the compliments goes to Sara for her job. And it is as we said last Thursday, that we had another talk with the Future Light in Ceramic. Future Light was a project that was supposed to be exhibited during the Faenza Prize, and unfortunately it was cancelled, and we put also a part of this Future Light in Ceramic, just a few pages for the 11 artists, very young artists that were selected in this project. And at the end of the book you can find also this part. And yes, it's also in this occasion we try to be in contact, and we try to support young designer and young artist that inevitably didn't have the opportunity to exhibit their works. So we have two parts, of course, of this catalog. One devoted to the over 35, and the label, the sign is orange, and the other part is devoted to under 35, and the sign, the design is blue. And here we are still in the over size, and it's interesting to see all this development. And as I said, each artist has the opportunity to show his work in 4 pages that are devoted to him or to her. And it's a great opportunity to see other works that belongs to this journey of ceramics. So it was a book made together with the artist, because each chapter was sent to them for sharing images and sharing text, and it was built together. And this is very important, because in this moment creating a community is also means sharing the experience, and in this case is the experience of a book which is testifying a moment, a special moment, as I said, of our Faenza Prize. So this, as you see, is the blue graphic that is linked to the under 35 section, and then we will arrive to the Future Light that it is green. So we have 3 colors in this book. Of course, the book will be available on our website, and you can find it in all the best libraries, also internationally, because Iori has a good relationship with all the international libraries, and we choose this editor also for this experience. And we hope you will enjoy it, and you will book it and you will find it a good result of what is a journey in ceramic today. I think I said everything, and I don't want to say more, because I think that having experienced this situation together with the jurors, I would like to have also their view of the situation and also of this experience, which, as I said, was very extraordinary for the moment and very extraordinary for the artistic life in general. So I am going to give the word to Judith, yeah, it's to you.
Well, thank you, Claudia. It's been really great to view this work again and to see it in this format. It's sort of thrilling to relive it. You know, first of all, thank you for inviting me to be a juror. Little did I know that 3 years ago, 2018, that this would have been such a long journey. But it has been a most extraordinary journey, because I have experienced ceramic art and interviewing and being with artists in ways, of course, that we never would have imagined. Of course, I would have preferred to be in the moment and to experience the artists, mostly the socialization, and just to experience the art. We all know how tactile clay is, and to be robbed of that experience was the sad part of it. But I have to say that the creative changes and your ability and the museum's ability to reorient and adjust to the world as it has changed was an extraordinary thing to do. And so I think from now on, the way that we're going, our future is going to be forever altered and enhanced and really transformed by this experience that we've had. These digital formats that I've just experienced with the NCICA meeting this last week has also changed even the way conventions are going to come together. And I've learned so much, even in my old age, of never being brought up even having a television when I was, growing up. The extraordinary changes have made me realize the potential to create a new world and educational experiences that I think now we're only in our infancy, actually. I do have to say that I enjoyed my interviews very much, because it enabled me to delve into depth with the artists and have a conversation with them that even in a social situation we wouldn't have had the time to do. So this digital format allowed the depth of experience and hearing the artist's voice and visiting them in their studios in ways that I never would have seen. So it was intimate, it was passionate, it was educational, and I really thank you for making this possible for us. And I must say, I enjoyed all the interviews. It was like every Thursday on my calendar for 10 weeks, it was tuning in. And I learned a lot. And I've been in this field for many, many years. And yet it's always refreshing to see how artists describe and value and experience their work through their eyes. And I particularly enjoyed the under 35. Ranti sort of jumped the gun on me and wanted to interview all the under 35s really quickly. So I only had 2, but I really enjoyed the fresh voices. So it was just great. So thank you again. And I only hope, and I know this is going to be true, our experiences online are going to become richer.
Yes, as you said, all these experiences, all this conversation will stay on our YouTube channel, and so it will be they will be available forever. That means that if you wanted to see them again, or if you wanted to use them for lesson, for showing some parts, some artists, you could always use this material. And I think that it is very important to share these experiences in the community of artists, because first of all, we have to thank them, because for some of them it was very difficult to organize a conversation in English, and they were thrilled to be online, and they said that they were very emotionally involved, and for some of them it was very, very a deep effort. And so a big thanks goes to them, but of course all of us try to reach from them the best, and to give them a platform of well-being. I mean, we weren't stressed, and we tried to give them a good mood for these interviews. So thank you. Ranti, could you say something?
Yes, Claudia. Well, to start with, I would like to thank you and your team so much for making these efforts to make this almost a very specific event in the world of art and the world of the ceramic art. Because, as you mentioned, so many people watched the videos, and for myself, it was something completely new. I never did something like this, and I think I had the same. Well. I was as nervous, I think, as most of the artists, because I remember the first time I spoke by phone in English, and it is so difficult to do this. And now you're doing it on video in public, and so many people are watching, and you know that Judy is watching. So you're trying to, to talk a little bit you know what I mean. Anyway, I'd like to thank also all these artists, because many young artists under 35, English is not their language. The Japanese artists, Indonesian artists, and they all had the guts to do this, but also showed us their background, their studio. And I think one of the greatest things, what I like in the art world, is to talk with an artist and visit the artist in the studio. But of course, you can only do that once a week or a couple of times a month, but not, let's say, 4 or 5 times a week, like we did, all of us, last couple of weeks. And it was a real pleasure to peep in and have a look, also to see how an artist reacts. And I really enjoyed it very, very much. Your talk, Claudia, yours, Judy, and also of Irene, except one. I missed one. That was yours, Irene. The others I saw. But it's great to know that they're on YouTube, and we can look them back. I think this was one of the better things in last year, what I experienced, because of course it was a very, very dark year, but I was happy every week that we could work on this great project. And I think that the selection, what is made at the end, and as I just saw now again in the book, I think it's going very, very well with ceramic in the arts and arts in ceramic. So thank you very much, Claudia.
Thank you, Ranti. I know that it was very tough, but we made it, and it was thanks to your support in general that I'm very happy that we reached together this result. Irene, can you say something?
Yes, just few words, very much in line with what was said till now. What I think we can really preserve out of this experience is the human side of it. The possibility we had to truly meet and encounter the artist, their persona in their studio, really to reach them, even most probably even more than an opening in which each and every one of us is wearing mask. Is that moment we have half an hour to be bright, to be good. And instead there in their studio, they were really, really themselves. And what I want to cherish out of it is absolutely the human side of it, hoping that this will be a unique experience and that humans and artworks can be met again finally in person and live. So that's it from my side.
Yes, in reality, we had such a good experience of this conversation that with Stefania and my staff, we thought about also for next edition of the Faenza Prize to introduce the opening of the exhibition with this conversation, because we think that the people can reach deeply, as you said, the work of the artist, can meet the artist, and so this kind of conversation perhaps we will be used also for next edition, but of course we would like to have the exhibition and the opening, of course, and but this solution is very important also for, as you know, Irene, our archive of the Faenza Prize,
My heart is there.
which is online, because Irene is one of the curator of this big amount of data that, as you know, the Faenza Prize started in 1938, and so it was the first competition in the world devoted to ceramic art. So in these years, we were collecting all the data and put in this big archive. And if you are going online, and in our website you have the link, and we are now putting also the link to our talks, to our conversation, so that the visitors could also reach this part, apart from the data of the edition, the special edition. So it's important, and it's a documentation that could be very useful for different purposes, and of course especially for the people like us who are working as curator for in this ceramic items and ceramic art. So it's very important also to see some words, some sentences, to study some artists also from their presentation. So it could be, it will be used also in the future. And I have to add that the book and this experience of the talks and the conversations were supported by Emilia-Romagna region, of course, and the municipality of Faenza. And there is the patronage of the International Academy of Ceramic, and Judith is one of big member, the very important member, and so we have to thank them also for the sharing of the communication of our conversation throughout their associates. So it was a good opportunity also to share and to meet a big community. So
Claudia, I wanted to just say, to add just something about how extraordinary the collection of the artists were for this exhibition. While we all were experiencing the new reality of doing this online, the fact remains that the work itself that was finally juried in really made a collection of one of the best shows I have really seen in a long time. The work was large scaled. Yes, it was installations, but the range of thought and ideas and content were so emotional and strong. I also loved the return to the figure. There were so many wonderful figurative works that dealt with empathy and passion. And it went from small objects to building large ones installations, etc. Everything was so inspired. So we really, in the long run, have to thank the artists for their extraordinary work, because without them,
no prize.
no, nothing, I mean, in the long
Yes.
run, and what Ranti was saying, the language, yes, was a problem. And I know my interviews also had the same problem, but I kept reassuring them that art transcends language, and whatever they put out is so interesting that it will speak to us no matter what. There's one other thing I want to say is that I want artists to continue to enter juries, enter biennales and competitions, because we are only 3 jurors with our taste and with our content. The fact is that the next time around, there'll be a whole different point of view. So I want the younger artists to never, never, never give up in terms of entering their work and feeling that they have as much a place in the world of ceramic art as anybody else.
Yeah, thank you, Judith, for this comment. Very inspiring. Yes, of course. Without the artist, all of this cannot stay, cannot be. And so we were lucky because we had the chance to choose with our taste, of course, but 55 artists with a very great experience. And as Ranti said, the under 35 were very powerful. And yes, they are our future. They are the resources for our future, and they don't have to give up, even if the situation now is not so good, of course. But we will survive, and the art will be the best resolution for all the tricky situation and the difficulties that we are facing. So as it is written, all the talks are on our Premio Faenza YouTube channels, because somebody is asking where to find them. There are 10 talks, because there are the 9 of the Faenza Prize and 1 devoted to future lights, so artists under 30, European artists that were a part of this special competition, European competition inside the EU project CERDI. So thank you all. Thank you the person online also today, which is Saturday. We decided this day because it was supposed to be the opening that we thought about last year. And but unfortunately we are still online and we are not in presence, but we will be very, very soon in present. And a big hug to all of you, and to all the person online, and to those who supported this project with their visualization and with their strong commitment. So thank you very much all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.